Good day everyone. Few people had been asking me this. That is how the Kerala Corona Tracker website has developed. It is not only the website, but also there is an Android app. So how these two things were developed? That is being explained in this video. So first of all, three things we have to develop in order to make the website as well as the Android app in a running position. So these are the three things. That is first of all, the front end that is used for displaying information to the end users. Front end means it is nothing but the website as well as the Android app itself. Second thing, the back end that is used for processing and updating data. That involves say the Python programming, web scraping and related things associated with the same. And finally, the interface. That is, whatever is updated in the backend, whatever processes are done in the backend, it have to be sent to the front end for displaying. That is being done by the interface. So we will just explain all these three things one by one. First of all, regarding the front end, it is basically for the clients only, that is the customers, how they will be able to see such data. Of course, they will be able to see it via websites. So regarding the websites, there are two of them. So the first one, that is the sites.google.com. It is free and mostly without any limitations. Let me show you that. So this is my Google site. So this is acting as the front end. Apart from sites.google.com, which is moreover like a blog which can be edited by everyone without any programming expertise. So and the second one is 125mb.com free hosting server. There is no domain name requirement or something because they includes one subdomain for free. But editing this page hosted in 125mb.com, that is moreover like a conventional web hosting only. So I need to write HTML. So here you can see in 125mb.com, this is how my web page is hosted here. Why I am using their service is because the Google sites, it is not displaying the graph information correctly to mobile users. Now, next thing is nothing but the Android app. It is created using MIT App Inventor only. So here you can see, this is how I designed the Android app. Here no programming expertise is required. You can simply drag a button from here to here, just like that. And the related programming, it is very simply done using something like a Scratch program. They have got this blog section in which we can simply drag and drop stuff in order to create Android programs. And now, every front-end section will be incomplete without graphics and design. For this purpose, I am using this canva.com website where simply people can make graphic design. So the front end is over. Now the next thing, that is the back end. So here all the developer related things are happening. So first of all, I am doing all the programming in colab.research.google.com, which is nothing but a cloud-based Python programming interface that is provided by Google itself. So as it is cloud-based, I am able to access this programming interface from a laptop or even from a mobile phone. Okay, the entire coding is done in Python and it is hosted in the colab.research.google.com only, which is a cloud-based Jupyter console integrated with the Google Drive. And the code is already written and saved in the Colab sheet. Whenever I am running that code, it will be automatically scraping data from the associated pages and it will be showcasing it in a presentable form. Okay, so where I will be getting this data from, that is this central government website and this state government website. And apart from these two, I am also having an Excel sheet that I have hosted in my own Google Drive, in which daily Kerala data I am updating manually. So these are the three data sources for the website as well as the Android app. Let me show that for you. First of all, the Ministry of Home Affairs website. From this, what data I am using is nothing but the state data only. Here you can see there's a table available over here, which I am scraping using the Python program in order to display that in my site in a much more presentable pattern, something like this. It is not only this website that is taken, but many other websites are also there. For example, this Wikipedia page also I am taking. Okay, and third thing, okay, what is this data cleaning? Web scraping I already told. That is copying data from other web pages. What is this data cleaning? Say for example, if I am considering this Wikipedia page. In this, the data is not correctly organized. Here you can see many other things are also there. In brackets, some 2, 5, etc. is there. Here you can see some annotations they have given. So all these things, it will bring on some errors in our program if we are plotting it directly. So all this data has to be cleaned first. That is meant by data cleaning. So apart from cleaning this normal data, I am cleaning some errors also. Here you can see in April 20th, if I am seeing Kerala region, here you can see in April 20th, only 2 cases are there. But this is not the actual fact. In April 20, in Kerala, 6 cases was reported, and in April 19th only 2 cases were reported. In April 18th 4 cases were reported. In April 17th 1 cases were reported. So just like that, the entire column, it is a bit shifted down. That is a problem over here. What I have to do here in order to clean the data is this date column, I can shift it up. The data presentation is done by using the plotly.com Python library. So here you can see, using this data, I am generating many figures. FIG figure, then figure 1, another figure, figure 3, another figure. You might have understood total of 3 figures I am generating using this program. So these 3 figures have to be plotted. How I am plotting that? I am plotting that using this Plotly library. So here the first figure is present, second figure, and the third figure. So that is all about the backend. So front end is over, backend is also over. Now how I am connecting between the backend to the front end? That is directly by using this chartstudio.plotly.com web service. That is for hosting graphs. Plotly itself is offering a free of cost web service. They are providing me 50 updations per day. That is for free, and all the graphs can be updated via the API also. So for explanation, let me consider these 3 graphs itself. So for updating all these 3 graphs, at the next code block, I have included another small program. So whenever I am running this program, all these 3 graphs will be updated in the Chart Studio. So here you can see figure is here, figure 1 is here, and figure 3 is here. And I am updating that to Plotly using these 3 file names: Graph 0, Kerala, and Numbers Kerala. Let me just see whether all these things are present over there. Yeah, Graph 0, it is already available here. Then Kerala is available here, and Numbers Kerala is available here. So whenever I am updating it over here, all these graphs will be auto updated in this cloud server. And is that all? No. That is, for example, I can take this graph, I have opened it over here. Finally, this graph I'll be embedding in my website using this piece of code. Anyway, that is out of the scope of this video. Such things I'll be explaining in my coming videos. So all the things whatever I explained over here, let me explain it one more time based on the workflow. So this is the first step that I will be doing each and every day. That is, Python program is executed in Colab. What was the Python program? This was my Python program. This Python program I will be executing in Colab. Once the Python program is executed in Colab, what is going to happen? The program will be searching for tables in websites. I already showed this to you before, and from all these tables, data is being extracted. Some data cleaning is also done using Pandas library. How data cleaning is done, that also will be explained in another video. And finally, the Plotly library converts this data into some graphical format. These graphs are being updated in the Chart Studio's cloud-based server. It is being done via one API call. What is this API call? Once these graphs are generated, finally I am running another cell. This is nothing but the API call. And point number 6, the same graph links are embedded in all the websites and apps. Where we will get these graph links from? I already told you how to embed this thing using this piece of code. Okay, so this same piece of code that is embedded in all my websites as well as the Android apps. So once step numbers 1 to 5 are completed, all the front-end data will get updated automatically. Out of the step numbers 1 to 6, the step number 1 is the thing that I do manually. I do this 2 times a day in order to avoid the necessity of a Python program hosted in a server or that is running in my computer 24/7 for updating Kerala level data at 6 PM and for updating India level data at 9:30 PM. So that's it. Rest of the things, all this workflow separately I'll be explaining in some more videos. So stay tuned in order to understand more. Thank you.